There are two species of baneberries, the red baneberry and the white baneberry. They're very closely related. Both are equally toxic. In both cases, it only takes a few berries to potentially kill a person. They taste very bad, so it's actually pretty rare for someone to be poisoned. A common name for baneberries is doll's eyes. They look very much like a doll's eye with that little dot on them. It's also a very good diagnostic feature to use for identifying them. Like many species of plants with berries that are poisonous to humans, they are transported by birds. Apparently the plant is being very selective about what it uses to transport its seeds. Baneberries are members of the buttercup family, which includes a large number of very toxic plants. Belladonna are members of the nightshade family, which includes potatoes, tomatoes, breadfruit, and peppers. Peppers are an example of a plant that uses birds to spread the seeds. Birds aren't even affected by the heat from peppers. Belladonna have a long history of use as a poison. It has been used to assassinate Roman emperors and also used in warfare. The Scottish General Macbeth used it to stop an English invasion. The term nightshade comes from the practice of giving it to women to dilate their eyes to make them look more attractive. Chinaberries are members of the mahogany family. They are native to India, southern China, and Australia. It can be found in the wild as far north as New York. The plant contains neurotoxins and also natural insecticides. For an adult, it's reported that about 6 fruits is needed to poison somebody. It's used as a medicine in China, so they have quite a lot of experience with it. The poisoning could take up to 3 weeks to manifest. The animals most often affected are pigs, but it can poison several other species. Daphne is a widespread shrub in the colder areas of the northern hemisphere. It is also known as spurge laurel, lady laurel, paradise plant, or February daphne. The plant contains an irritating resin called mezzarine, which has been used as a cosmetic because it kills the blood vessels and it makes the skin turn red. It has been used as a cosmetic to redden the cheeks. One berry would cause great pain and irritation in your mouth that would last for hours. Several would probably kill you. Golden dewdrops, also known as Duranta, blue skyflower, or pigeon berries, are native to subtropical areas, including probably Florida. The fruit is bitter, so poisoning of humans is rare. Wild plants are usually thorny, but domesticated varieties often aren't. The berries can cause fever or convulsions if eaten by humans.
There's dotes and dozy dotes and little lambsy divey, a giddly divey to you.
That is definitely not a recommendation for eating ivy. That was just some strange song that was a hit in the early 1900s. English ivy is only moderately toxic, but if you eat enough of it, it will cause local irritation, excessive salivation, nausea, difficulty in breathing, thirst, and eventually coma. It can be grown in gardens in northern states, and it is often used as a house plant. In the south, from Florida to California, it grows as a perennial shrub. In the north, it's generally just an annual. Often there are different colored flowers on the same cluster. The seeds are spread by birds. Foliage and unripe berries contain the toxic substance. Symptoms of ingestion include sluggishness, weakness, bloody diarrhea. In severe cases, death can occur within 2 to 4 days. It can be very hard on livestock, and it is considered a bad invasive species in some places, like Australia and Hawaii. The toxin is a pentacyclic triterpenoid. A fatal dose for animals is about 1% of the weight of the animal. Convallaria majalis, otherwise known as lily of the valley, is native throughout the northern hemisphere. The American variety is limited to the southeast, where it grows in the wild. The plant has many different toxins. Convallotoxin is one of the most active natural substances affecting the heart. It acts very much like digitalis, causes irregular, slow pulse, and can cause heart failure. In addition, the plant contains saponins, which can cause gastrointestinal poisoning. It also makes the plant dangerous to handle. Probably should wash your hands after touching the plant. Some of the symptoms are irregular heartbeat. It's usually accompanied by digestive upset and mental confusion. One reported set of fatalities was a family that thought they were eating onions. The plants are especially dangerous to cats and dogs. It is also reported to cause illness in chickens and ducks as well. Mistletoe is the common name for a group of hemiparasitic plants. That means they're partially parasitic and they also photosynthesize. They grow attached to other trees and shrubs, often high up in the branches. They are often distinctive and easy to see from long distance because they're very spherical in shape and their foliage is very dense compared to other trees. The toxicity varies by species and what part you eat. The pharaohdendron species contain a toxin called ferrotoxin. It can cause many symptoms, including blood pressure change, blurred vision, and even possibly death. One fatality on record was a woman that drank some tea that was brewed from the berries. Moonseed is a poisonous plant that strongly resembles grapes. It is native in the eastern part of North America. All parts of the plant are poisonous, but the fruit are especially dangerous because of their strong resemblance to grapes. It can usually be found growing in moist woods or near streams. The most distinctive feature that distinguishes it from grapes is the seeds. They are shaped like a crescent moon, and that's where the plant gets its name, obviously. Grapes have many smaller seeds. The toxin in moonseed is an alkaloid, dauracine. The symptoms include convulsions. The toxin is very much like curare, and it is actually a relative of the plant that curare came from. It is reported to taste bad, so, misidentification is probably the biggest danger. Solanum, or the Nightshades, is a very diverse group of plants, including tomatoes, potatoes, breadfruit, and several other edible species. They all share very similar flower structures, and most of them have fruit. Most of them have poisonous parts. Even tomatoes are poisonous when they're green, and same potato fruit are also poisonous. Even the green skin on a potato is poisonous. A toxin common to many of the nightshades is solanine. It is the plant's natural pesticide. Solanine poisoning will cause both gastrointestinal and neurological disorders. Poke, or pokeweed, can be found throughout the United States, though it is native to the southeast. It is widely used as a pot herb, but it is very toxic and its use for that purpose is controversial. It requires several changes of water. The berries are used to make a red dye. In fact, it was the dye that was used to write the Declaration of Independence. Consuming fewer than 10 uncooked berries is generally harmless to adults. It has been reported that children died following the ingestion of uncooked berries or pokeberry juice. Another person was reported to have died after eating tea made from the roots. He used half a teaspoon of powdered poke root. Poisoning by yew is unusual in that it often doesn't have any symptoms. You just drop over dead. They are found growing in the wild throughout the northern hemisphere. They are often used as a hedge or in other landscaping. English longbows are made out of the wood of English yew. They are actually conifers, and the fruit are modified cones. Their fruit are probably the most distinctive part. They look rather like small acorns when they're small, but as they grow older they look like some sort of hollow berry. The seeds are dispersed by birds. Yew is toxic to most mammals, but deer can eat them. American bittersweet is a very stout vine. It often kills the plant that it's climbing on. The fruit of the plant starts out looking a lot like a berry, but later on an orange cover peels off, revealing an intersection with 3 bright red parts. All parts of the plant are toxic. Blue cohosh, or squaw root, was used by the Native Americans to induce labor. The berries are sometimes mistaken for blueberries. The leaves and seeds contain methylcytosine, which is an alkaloid that mimics nicotine. Blue cohosh favors hardwood forests. It's generally found on hillsides. Buckthorns are moderately toxic. They are used as a laxative. It takes about 20 berries. They are fairly widespread throughout the United States, except for the Deep South. They are also called coffee berries because they resemble coffee beans, their coloring. Golden seal is native to the eastern United States. It is normally found in the mountains, in forested areas or natural areas. All parts of the plant are toxic. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, nervousness, and depression. The main toxin is an isoquinoline alkaloid. The poisonous part of hollies are the berries. The berries of all species are reported to be poisonous. The toxin is ilicin. The main problem is they're very attractive and children could eat them. The symptoms are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and stupor. Jack in the Pulpit is a herbaceous plant with small inconspicuous flowers and bright red berries. The main toxin of the plant is calcium oxalate crystals, which cause very irritating symptoms if eaten. Another toxin is asparagine. The plants look quite a bit like poison ivy. Privet, also known as common privet or European privet, is a shrub growing up to 3 meters tall. The berries are poisonous to humans. The main toxins are terpenoid glycosides.